Welcome traders to yet another educational video of Nifty Short Term View, episode number 41. You can see a sea of green, I guess, over here. Almost all of the sectoral indices have closed in positive, just except the FMCG pack. But for the surprise, this particular sector FMCG pack is currently looking the strongest, according to me, and I'm also going to share a stock at the end of the video, so kindly wait for that. As of now, we'll be dwelling into the analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty futures. So let's start the video without any delay. In front of us, we have the Nifty futures chart. On the left-hand side, I have the hourly time frame chart, and on the right-hand side, we have the daily chart. In my previous video, I had clearly told that overall biasness and overall direction seems to be on the downside. Yesterday's day, the way Nifty futures did close, it did show some sort of promise that there is a probability that the prices will come down because we do have a decent red candle on the downside. But this support is still not letting go the price away. This particular gap, which was made just few days back on 20th May. So this particular support came into act today, and especially this 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. And if you can see properly, almost this bounce back is happening close to the 16,000 level mark. Here is the 16,000 level. Now, someone will say that 16,000 is way right over here. All right. And in the hourly time frame chart, 15,890 is quite below than that. But at times we need to, go to a higher time frame chart and understand what is happening in the higher time frame charts as well. In the monthly time frame chart, what is happening consistently, prices are finding support from the 16,000. You can see this is the 16,000 level, and this is the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement. So probably what is happening is this particular level is acting like a magnet, and currently prices are trying to bounce from that. So this is one factor which is helping the Nifty futures right now, and that is the reason we saw tremendous amount of short covering today. All right. Now on the upside, we can see that this particular level which I had shared with all of you, which is 16,200 to 16,188, this particular level continues to remain as a short-term resistance, which is not very high from here. If we surpass and sustain above this in intraday, and if the momentum continues on the upside, then chances are we could head towards possibly 16,250 or maybe even 16,300 levels. Now again, 16,300 levels, do not forget, my friends, are resistance. Now, do we surpass this in this particular move or not? Only time will tell. And consistently, we have been seeing selling coming up in this zone, somewhere around 16,300. Whenever prices come, we see some sort of selling. So do not forget this. All right. So overall, I would suggest, as I told you, that RSI basically is completely going sideways. If you see the direction of RSI is sideways, and it clearly shows that yes, biasness is down, but the overall momentum is lacking in the market to push markets lower. All right, because until and unless we don't have momentum, if you see momentum, which was over here, is not visible within this range. Over here, prices are just range bound, they're just bouncing up and down and going sideways, right? So in this type of market is very difficult, and one should trade very, very less and stay stock specific. Bank Nifty futures, one big thing has happened, which I would like to share with you. And the first thing is that this particular trend line, I think, which was holding since March of 2020, 24th March of 2020, has been violated on the upside. Now, it makes no sense possibly to look this particular trend line now as a resistance, because we have already closed above that. So one thing, that is what we need to understand. Second thing is that the trend in the daily time frame chart is now flat. All right, because we are trading below the this blue colored moving average, and we are above this green colored moving average. So basically the trend is flat. It's not up, it's not down. But if you check in the hourly time frame charts, the trend is up. And what has happened over here is this particular zone, there was a gap. This gap probably has been filled quite a lot. Tomorrow, if we have a gap up, I think this gap will be filled completely. And most probably this particular zone over here, which is around 35,300, is almost the same zone which is over here. So now 35,300 is going to work as a short-term resistance for Bank Nifty futures. If we possibly close above this, sustain above this, then maybe slightly higher we can move. But again, this is not a start of a new uptrend until and unless we go above 36,600. This is just a pullback. People will be surprised to listen this from me, but yes, this is just a pullback and nothing else. And after this pullback is over, then I think we'll get some sort of clarity that whether after the pullback prices try to move down or they continue going higher. Only time will tell. So we need to wait with patience. And one more thing, the support and resistance level, I think, which I had shared with all of you in last couple of videos, especially I think in the Nifty Short Term View episode number 39. And this particular zone was from 34,454 to 34,310. So if you can check clearly, on the first day, there was some sort of selling over here, right? And markets were not able to close above this. Next day, we have a gap up. And after the gap up, price come down, takes a support. And the next day, again, we have a gap up. And after a gap up, prices do retrace, take support within this zone, and again, they start rally. If you want to understand this particular zone better, I'll just change it to 15-minute chart. You will understand. This is how the entire zone has worked. Over here, it finds selling. Then we had a gap up. Prices came down. Again, we had a gap up. Today, it found support somewhere over here, and we had a tremendous rally. So this particular support zone, which I shared with all of you just a couple of days back, has worked wonders today. All right. Now, there was one, I think, sector which I told you it's looking phenomenal, and that's FMCG pack. Why is it so? The reason for that is, first of all, it is in an uptrend in the daily time frame charts, which many sectors are not. If you check in the weekly time frame chart, it's trying to stick its neck out and it's trying to go higher, which is also pretty encouraging. And one stock which I like right now is Hindunilever. And in fact, even in my weekly sectoral analysis, I clearly shared that FMCG pack is much better placed in comparison to other sectors. So if you can see properly, we do have a trend line breakout in Hindunilever, and after the breakout, prices have rallied, they have retraced, and now we do have a small hammer over here. It's not a very strong hammer, but nevertheless, it is pretty decent. And according to me, chances are slowly and steadily prices will move higher until and unless price doesn't close below this level of 2180. Chances are the prices will rise on the upside. So this is one stock which I would like to share with all of you. And I hope that this video has helped you to understand how markets will pan out in the next few days. Trade less, trade wisely, stay safe. Thank you.